Welcome back to the channel. It's Uncle Roig. Listen, it's about time we had this talk. We need to hit the reset button, folks. Reset on everything, not just the economy, the stock market, housing, the whole works, because it's coming sooner or later. Let's just all be honest with each other. This thing ain't gonna keep going forever. We all know this, and yes, no one knows when the shoe's gonna fall over here, so to speak, but let's just not pretend like we're surprised when it happens. We're living with an astronomical amount of debt, and we're adding more to it every day, not just in the government, but a lot of us in our home life. I did this for 15 years. It was a really bad idea, so I'm trying to give you my example so you can learn from my mistakes and not make the same ones yourself. Listen, reading statistics here, and they're talking about 78% of America lives paycheck to paycheck, which I think the number's probably a little low. It's probably higher than that, which is sad. If you realize that the average person outside of the country, if you've ever had the chance to go outside of the country to anywhere else, lives on about $2 a day. When you're making an average income here in America of 58,000, some places it's lower, some places it's higher, but then again, minimum wages are different in places. If you're making, let's just use the round number of 50 grand, and you don't have $500, you just got to ask yourself how and why. I mean, please don't be one of those people that blame it on the kids. I hear that a lot. I'd have that money, these kids are expensive. Oh, really? So the kids have all the answers to the problems? Go ahead and put the kids on the phone. Let me talk to them. Maybe they can sort this whole mess out for us, right? We don't pin our shortcomings on children, by God's sakes. Same thing too, look, I can't work out. I've got kids, man. These kids got to go to sleep at some point. You can get down and do something, do some push-ups, some sit-ups, something. But the reset button's got to get hit. You've got to have that talk and say, look, this ain't working, okay? I remember I had to have that same talk, and I literally turned to my wife and said, what the hell are we doing? What's going on? And it was this big moment, that we had, and we're like, something's got to change. This can't continue. And man, oh man, 50% of America doesn't have access to $500. If your kid came to you and said, Mom, Dad, I make $50,000 a year, but I don't have $500, what would you tell them? I mean, this question got asked to me, and I never really thought about it like that. It was put along the lines of, if you had a box with 50 grand in it and 500 fell out, would you even turn around and go look for it? And I'm like, probably not. And they were like, right, because it's just not a lot of money, but you've got to get over this. So everybody's struggling right now. I get it. Everyone's behind. I get that as well. But we've got to grab the bull by the horns and start making some drastic changes and quit ignoring the problem. I ignored it for 15 years and just pretend like everything was okay, and it wasn't. So have that emergency meeting, get yourself a dry erase board from Walmart, and I test you with this. Write down all your bad debts on it. Hang that up on the fridge and invite all your family over, since, remember, we're doing good. List out the house payment, the car payment, the credit card payments, student loans, all the payments, and put that up on the fridge. Everyone's why I wouldn't be comfortable doing that. I don't want to put my business out there. But let me guess, if you had 10 rental properties paying you $1,000 a month, let's just say, and you had a laundromat and car wash business, they're bringing in each couple grand a month, and you had a big fat bank account and didn't owe anybody anything, you wouldn't have a problem writing that on the board and putting it up and bringing everybody over, right? But if you use that psychology, why aren't you doing good when you're smothered, covered, chunked in debt? Why wouldn't you want to hang that up and show everybody that? Again, we were just given the wrong information growing up. Believe me, I did the wrong thing for 15 years. I know all about it, okay? You've got to get this thing turned around and change the information. That's like the first step. If you can't change the information, you're never ever going to be able to reset. It took me, again, 15 years to admit that, well, I'm just broke. I got a bunch of stuff, but I'm just broke. I own my own house. Oh, really? Go tell that to the bank. Oh, yeah, they own the house. You're just renting it from them for 30 years until you pay it off. It's, again, I didn't own anything. I just didn't really realize it, that's all. So, again, don't want you making the same mistakes I did. This is Uncle Roig, always looking out for you. Trying just to drop and plant the seed and then let it grow. So if you're enjoying this content, do me a solid, fist bump the like button, click subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and if you're really enjoying it, share it with friends, family members, or anybody who may benefit from the information. Until next time, let me know what's going on in your world. Sheesh.